I know this is essentially the way I started my last video, but it fits so perfectly with this video topic that I feel like I have to reuse it. Do I really care that much about Illuminati doing some new bad thing that makes everyone hate her more? No, not really. Is the Illuminati drama a popular subject on the internet, and do all of my Illuminati videos get way more views than my average upload? Yes. Am I going to needlessly talk about another bad thing that Blair has done just for internet clout? Absolutely. It just makes sense. Like, I don't know why I wouldn't keep talking about her if it's good for my channel growth. If I was a coach of a basketball team and one player on the opposing team could not guard to save his life, is it wrong for me to tell my best player to go at that guy every time? No. That's just the logical thing to do. If that player didn't want to get picked on, then he should have improved his defense. Or in Blair's case, she should have not made herself public enemy number one through her own actions. All of the negative drama is really her own fault. But okay, that's besides the point. Today, we are here to provide strong evidence that Iilluminaughtii has been deleting comments mentioning her past controversies or actions in her most recent uploads. Sensitive Society, if you're watching, you gotta cover this one, bro. I know how much you love making another Illuminaughtii video, but before we move any further along, I just want to make clear that this is not 100% confirmed. Like, it's not for sure facts that Blair is deleting a bunch of comments off her videos, but I think the evidence that I provide in this video will give us basically like a 99.999999999999999999999% certainty that that is the case here. So the way that this even came to my attention was through a comment on one of my previous Illuminaughtii videos, which basically said that she was starting to gain back some of her viewers, which I don't believe is really the case, as we're going to take a look at some of her view counts here. But the more interesting part of their comment was the fact that they claimed the negative comments of Blair were being mysteriously deleted. I decided to put on the Sherlock Holmes hat, grab the magnifying glass off of my shelf, and conduct a little investigation to see if there was any validity to these claims. So, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, allow me to present you my case. In order to get the proper context for what we are looking at here, I am going to first take some measurements from Illuminauti's previous videos and compare it to her most two recent uploads at the time of me recording this video, which seem to be the two outliers. For context, I took 3 random videos from a good while after the main part of her controversy and analyzed the view to comment ratio. The first video I analyzed had roughly 22,000 views and 555 comments respectively, making it have a 40-to-1 view to comment ratio if we are rounding up. Or in simpler terms, there was about 1 comment for every 40 views on the video. The next part of my experiment here was to analyze an unbiased sample of comments from the comment section. So I decided to limit my analysis to roughly the top 10 or so comments for each video. As you can see on screen right now, practically every comment was in reference to Blair's bad actions and or her channel's decline, rather than anything positive or even anything really about the video's content. Very similarly, the next video I analyzed had a very similar ratio, with 30,000 views and 840 comments, which averaged out to roughly 1 comment per every 36 views. Once again, just like the last video, I looked at the top 10 comments roughly, and also just like the last time, practically everyone was still about the drama surrounding Blair rather than the actual video. Wanting to be extra thorough in my research and gathering of evidence, I analyzed one more video, this one having 27,000 views and 662 comments, which roughly averaged out to 1 comment per every 41 views on the video. And just like you might have expected, the majority of top comments for the video were negative, focusing once again on Blair as a person and not the video itself. Finally, I took the numbers of the video right before the one that supposedly had the anomaly, which is her 3rd most recent upload at the time of me recording this video. That one, the video about a cult for businessmen, had 19,000 views and 434 comments, which roughly averages out to 1 comment for every 44 views. And once again, just like always, most of the top comments were negative. Taking a look at the data we have accumulated here, we presume that the typical Illuminaughtii video will have a view to comment ratio of anywhere between 35 to 1 and 45 to 1, and therefore we would be able to say with a high degree of certainty that any view to comment ratio that fell drastically outside of this range would be highly suspicious and most likely be subject to foul play. So, not in fancy language, that just basically means that if there isn't one comment per roughly 35 to 45 views per video, then something really sus is going on here, dude. With that in mind, now let's analyze the view to comment ratio on Iilluminaughtee's second most recent video. This video about the dark side of ice skating has 19,000 views and 236 comments at the time of me recording this video, which, if we are to apply the same formula that we have been using for all the other videos we've analyzed, that would give us a view to comment ratio of roughly 81 to 1, or 1 comment per every 81 views. Now, I'm no mathematician, right? But it seems to me that the jump from about 1 comment per every 40 views to 1 comment per every 80 views is insanely suspicious. That is basically half of the ratio of the previous videos, almost like someone went in and deleted the negative half of the comments and left up the positive half of the comments. And that is not all, ladies and gentlemen of the jury. If you recall, I made it standard practice to take into note the top 10 comments or so of every video, which up until this point have all been overwhelmingly negative comments centering on Blair's controversy. Yet, if we are to take a look at the top comments for this ice skating video, something seems off, doesn't it? Almost every comment is positive, talking about the content of the video like a completely normal comment section should. Perhaps if this had been the case after a slow, steady decline in negativity over many months, then these numbers and results would make much more sense. But if you recall, I analyzed the view to comment ratio of the video right before this one, and those numbers were fairly consistent to the pattern we had observed from Iilluminaughtee's previous videos after the controversy, despite these videos only being 3 days apart. So obviously, this video is a significant outlier and practically the only logical explanation for this unbelievable deviation from the normal ratios of Blair's other videos is if she was systematically removing hate comments and hiding users who left those comments from her channel, which basically prevents them from commenting on there in the future. To me, the evidence is pretty clear and conclusive, so do with it what you will. Just to be fair and unbiased here, I also analyzed the ratio of her most recent upload, which, do keep in mind, will have skewed numbers because of it being a very recent upload. That video had 9.7 thousand views and 221 comments, which came out to an average of just about 1 comment per every 44 views, which appears to be in line with Blair's recent averages at the moment. And just like the previous upload, this one was filled with almost entirely positive comments, with the only exception I could find being the absolute most recent comment, which was posted just a little over 15 minutes ago at the time of me taking this screenshot. Too short of a time for it to have been detected and deleted by Blair. So take that piece of info as you will. In conclusion, at the present moment, I believe that it is too early to tell if Blair is deleting comments with an 100% certainty, but that certainly is the most logical and likely explanation for the drastic decrease in comments and the complete lack of almost any negative comments at all on these most recent uploads. Like, what else could have caused this, dude? All of Iilluminaughtee's critics just deciding to stop picking on her and leaving her alone all at the exact same time? That just kind of seems unbelievable if you ask me. But there's my evidence, and I will allow you, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, to make of it whatever you will. My work here is finished. Dang, bro, I just turned into Albert Einstein and Phoenix Wright combined for this video. That was pretty cool. Anyways, hopefully you enjoyed the video. We'll have to keep an eye on this situation for a bit longer to get the definitive truth, but if it does come out that Iilluminaughtii has been deleting comments and censoring her critics, then you can bet your millionth dollar that I'll be making another video talking about it. So if you want to catch that upload as well as my other videos, then please leave a like and subscribe and help me get to my goal of 10,000 subs before the end of the year. Let me know what you guys thought about all of this in the comments, and remember, if you guys criticize me down there, I'm just gonna delete them all because I can't handle criticism. Okay, all jokes aside, the Better Yourself challenge for today is to give yourself a break from social media, like TikTok or Instagram. Why don't you detox a little bit, bro, and instead spend the time with people you love, just hanging out or doing some sort of hobby or activity that you enjoy, like going outdoors and like painting or like playing a sport or something. Trust me, your mind and body will love you for it. Anyways, that's pretty much all I got for today. I'll catch you guys all on the next one. Have a great day.